Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing some of the chores that baggers do. This video was requested, as many of my other videos have been as well. So if you do have any special requests, any special questions, anything you would like to know or ask me, go ahead and leave it in the comment section down below. I do always answer my comments, and I want to be able to help you, get a job here, all that good stuff. So make sure you leave it down below. Along with that, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. At this point, I practically have like a whole Publix series, and I'm very proud when I say that because I fought very hard to be able to keep uploading my videos and to upload them in the first place. I have spoken to like all my managers, read the employee handbook, just like made sure that I'm not violating any rules when I come on here and speak to you guys of some of these policies. Along with that, I do want to say I'm not a manager, I'm a customer service associate. I've been in the company for 2 years, but when I do speak on my facts, I make sure that I go ahead and have evidence to back them up. Therefore, I'm super excited to continue sharing this information with you guys. Also, if you haven't tuned into my first video, which was how to get hired in the first place at Publix, make sure you check it out because so many people have gotten hired and it fills up my whole heart. So I'm gonna go ahead and just be covering some of the stuff that baggers do end up doing when they work at Publix. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First thing a bagger does, especially when they close a store. So if you're not familiar with that term, when you do work at Publix, there's 3 shifts. It's the morning shift where you open the store, which means you come in at 7 or earlier to, open the store. There's the mid shift, which is usually from 11 to 7, 12 to 8, around that. I usually work those shifts because it works best with my school schedule and some of my other jobs. And then there's the closing shift. A lot of people don't like this shift, but a lot of people who like to sleep in end up doing this shift, and that is when you come into work around 3 or 4, but you stay there till like 10, 11, 12, because you have to close the store, make sure everything is done and ready for the people in the morning. So when you're closing baggers, I'm gonna go ahead and start off by saying the closing baggers. I mean, this is still good knowledge for just about anybody because a bagger is still gonna have to do some of these things regardless if they're closing the store or not. But when you're a closing bagger, you do have to do a store sweep, check bathrooms, and run the machine. Now, store sweeps and bathroom checks, we do end up doing them throughout the whole day. I mean, you obviously have to do it, yes, before we close the store, but we are constantly doing those like every hour. When we run the machine, which means there's like this big machine and you kind of just like pass it around the whole store. Essentially, it kind of like mops the floor. But that only happens at night because there's not supposed to be any customers inside the store when we do that. There's designated people who do these chores, but when a customer service associate tells one of their baggers to do a bathroom check or to do a store sweep, they can ask any bagger during that shift who's not doing anything to go ahead and do it. So just because you're not closing the store does not save you from not doing these things. The only thing it possibly saves you from is from not doing the machine. But honestly, I've never even heard anybody complain about doing the machine because the machine is practically doing the whole work for you. So what are these chores? All right. Machine, I already explained. Essentially, it mops the floor, but it's this big machine, and all you have to do is push it around the store, aisle through aisle, register through register, just around the whole store, cover all the areas. A store sweep is like this big broom. Like I'm talking about like those brooms that the bottom of the actual broom is just like really long, and you have to go around the store, aisle through aisle, register through register, and just kind of like pick up any trash, any little like wrappers that people leave, stuff like that gets thrown on the floor, which if you're a customer and you're watching this, or just if you do this in general, please don't do it because somebody has to go pick up after you and it's not exactly fair, but it happens and sometimes people do it by mistake. So that's what a store sweep is for. You get this big broom and you're just kind of like sweeping through the store. You're just kind of like pushing it along the whole store. And then at the end, all your dirt and garbage will be all like in a little section, and then you sweep it up with an actual broom, and that's about it. Bathroom checks. I feel like bathrooms is the #1 thing that baggers hate the most, especially when you close a store and you have to do like a whole bathroom routine. I know a lot of times baggers don't like this, and there's definitely managers who are stricter with this than others. As you guys can tell, I just got off work not too long ago, and actually one of my close guy friends, he's a bagger, and he was supposed to do bathrooms tonight, okay? Because I left around, it's currently like 9 something, I left around 8, and obviously the store closes at 10, so he has to do bathrooms tonight. But we recently got new management, and one of the new managers went up to him and was like, we're doing a deep bathroom clean today. And he was just kind of like, what does that mean? And she was like, I'm gonna be there next to you and I'm gonna be telling you what you need to do. Go under the toilets. Like, this lady wanted him to do a very deep bathroom clean. Now, there's some managers who are just like, clean the bathrooms and that's it. They can often just tell people what to do and not do it themselves. Is that the most respectable thing to do? No. Is that the most commendable thing to do? No. Does it happen? Yes. Do I want to prepare you guys with real knowledge before you come in? Yes. I don't want to tell you that they're going to sit there and help you and then they don't, and you're just like, what, you know, I wasn't expecting this. Why am I here? I want to make sure you guys are like getting a visual for what it really is. Now, I'm not trying to tell you guys that to demotivate you. I honestly don't even... You good? Obviously, if someone tells you to do a bathroom check during the day when there's customers there, they're not referring to you doing a deep bathroom clean. They're referring for you to do a bathroom check. A check means that they just want you to go check to make sure there's still toilet paper, that there's still wipes, that none of the bathrooms are in really, really bad condition. That's what a whole check means. I mean, you guys could probably get the gist of it, like when you go check something to make sure everything's okay. So during the day, a customer service associate or a manager, a team leader, whatever, might tell a bagger, hey, can you go do a bathroom check? That does not mean to go clean the bathroom. That just means to go make sure that everything is still like fully loaded, make sure that nothing's missing, make sure that it's not too dirty, stuff like that. Now, at the end of the day, there is a bathroom chore. Now, this bathroom chore entails that you do have to clean the bathrooms. But like I said, it really depends on the manager, I would say, because although a bagger is supposed to, you know, clean the toilet and clean this and, you know, just clean the bathroom, there are managers who are like, no, like, I need to see this spotless. I need to, you know, like, there are managers like that. And then there's also other managers who are just like, I want you to clean it. Oh, you missed a spot here. Let me help you. Like, it really just depends on your manager. So like I said, I did have that experience right now, right before I left, where my associate was just kind of like, oh, so-and-so is telling me that the bathrooms have to look spotless tonight. She's going to be there right next to me. She's going to be telling me what to do without even her doing it. So I was just kind of like, I told him, you know, realistically speaking, sometimes you have to set your boundaries. Just because you are a bagger, if you're not used to touching some of these nasty things that are going to be thrown your way, you do have to stand your ground. Now, can you get in trouble for it? Yes. Your bagger position entails you to clean these bathrooms if you are a closing bagger. If you're not a closing bagger, you don't genuinely have to clean it unless it's like really, really bad, because you only check it. But when you do have to clean these bathrooms, it can get often a little dirty. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys an example because like I said, I want you guys to have like realistic scenarios in your head. I feel like this is something that can happen just about anywhere. So we had a homeless person walk into the store, go into the bathroom. This person blew up the bathroom, like, and I don't know who exactly went into that bathroom after that. They like wet little paper towels and like threw them up, you know, like kind of like that stuff that people tend to do in high school. And after that, I guess the lady took off her pants, took off her, you know, undergarments, and left it there with all the nasty stuff on it, you know, the poop. She left it all there, okay? And I remember my manager at the time told one of the baggers, like, yeah, you're the bagger who's supposed to clean the bathroom tonight, so you have to do that. Realistically speaking, guys, I'm gonna just tell you as a friend or as somebody, you know, who's just trying to be real with y'all, if I was a bagger and I saw that and my chore was to clean the bathrooms that night, I would have just said, I understand if you have to suspend me for 2 or 3 days, but I cannot do that. Because that's the thing, if you say that you can't do it, some of these managers will turn it and be like, oh, they're not complying with their job, so they need a suspension. It happens. You know, I'm not here to paint this perfect picture of this company because even though I think this is an amazing company, nothing in life is perfect, and neither is this company. So if your chore is to clean the bathrooms, technically these managers are like, all right, you don't want to do it because today the bathrooms are extra dirty, but who's going to clean the bathrooms? You're not complying with your job. Boom, you're suspended. I would have taken the suspension. I will not sit here and pick up someone's dirty drawers because they decided that they wanted to be dirty in my store. I won't do it. I won't do it. And that's not me trying to be, you know, upscale. That's not me being, you know, a girl. She's just a girl. That's just about anybody because everybody in my store was grossed out. I do think one of the baggers ended up doing it because he didn't want to get suspended. And I understand. There's some people who can't afford to get suspended. There's some people who don't want that on their records. I completely get it. And I salute you if you can go ahead and comply with every single situation that gets thrown your way as a bagger or as any position in your life. But me, just speaking for me, I couldn't have done it. And he was definitely not happy about it. Even though he did it, he was not happy about it. So I do want to let you guys know, like, as a closing bagger, if you have bathrooms, I don't want to paint the awful picture and I don't want to paint the most prettiest picture. Usually, everything's pretty much under control. People aren't usually dirty at the stores. I mean, they're dirty, but like not like that dirty. Usually you just got to clean, you know, like the toilets a little bit, not like sit there and scrub toilets. No, you just kind of like make sure everything is loaded in the bathroom. You clean the floor a little bit with like a mop or a broom. You throw out the trash in each stall and you reload the paper. You got to make sure like the toilet doesn't have obviously like poop in it or none of that. But for the most part, that's it. Like you're not doing like this hard work where you got to sit on the floor and scrub these toilets or scrub these floors. Like we have, or Publix has, supplies for just about anything you have to do. So even if there's like something on the roof or gum somewhere, we have like stuff that brings them down. But nevertheless, if there is something nasty on the floor or on the roof, you still got to take it off if that's your job or that's your chore. So I do want to like open your eyes to that. It can get kind of at times. As a bagger, you also have to be changing constantly like the trash. You have to, you know, make sure like the trash bins outside the store, inside the store, everything has a trash bag. The trash bags, at least at my store, are usually in customer service in the desk area. So usually the baggers will come to us and be like, hey, can I have a trash bag? We'll give them the trash bag and they're in charge of taking out the trash and putting the new bags, taking it out of the recycling bin, everything. Other than that, baggers bag, they go outside, they get carts. If it's raining, this is an important one. If it's raining, baggers still have to proceed to do their job. And if anything, they have even more work. I honestly, like truly speaking, after everything that I'm saying right now, and I always knew this, I always had a lot of respect for baggers because I knew what it entailed. I've been a bagger before. I've had to clean bathrooms before. Like I've seen this work, and a lot of times people downplay us. Like that's the truth. A lot of customers will be like, so-and-so is just a bagger. Oh, so-and-so is just a cashier. Like we do a lot, especially to keep our customers happy. So it's definitely sad when some customers make us feel unappreciated, but that's also the sad reality, and I want you guys to be awake to that. Coming back to the topic of when it rains, baggers do have to put carpets in the doors so that way when people walk in from outside, they can wipe their feet on the carpet before they walk around our store, because if not, our whole store will get all muddy and wet, and we don't want that. So they have to put carpets, and they have to put like this little stand. They just basically have to bring stuff out from the storage room and display it so that people can, you know, have a little bag to put their umbrella in. They can have a rug on the floor. And after that, the baggers have to put on this like yellow poncho so that they don't get wet. And they have to go outside and proceed to getting carts unless it's lightning. If it's lightning, managers don't want you outside. But if it's not lightning, managers don't care that it's raining. I mean, some managers do, but there will be managers who don't care. I've been in the rain and I didn't have no poncho. So I've been in the rain just getting wet. But essentially, you do have to keep going outside and getting carts even though it's raining. You have to also, when it does rain, baggers have to wipe down these carts now because we're not allowed to give another customer these wet carts. So your carts are wet from you getting them from outside while it's raining, and now you got to dry them off before you give them to the customers. Another thing is walking customers outside with an umbrella. But other than that, like I already said, you're pretty much just bagging, taking people's cart outside if they ask for help, which a lot of times, especially now during the pandemic, they're not. Tips, I do want to cover that. You have to wear a badge that says that we don't take tips, but obviously there is always that person who wants to tip these baggers, and I'm not gonna lie, there's baggers who don't say no to it. And I personally haven't seen anybody get in trouble for not saying no, so that's completely up to you if you want to take them or not. I'm not gonna tell you to take them simply because that would be going against my handbook. But what I am saying, anybody who I have seen take tips before, I've never seen them get in trouble, so do with that information as you will. And honestly, after seeing this video, you guys are probably like, oh my gosh, a bagger is too much, I don't want to do it, especially if it's my first job, this, that, and the third. Honestly, guys, those are just some things to look out for, to expect, but it doesn't always happen. A bagger is still a pretty simple position. I don't want to downplay it. It's a position that still takes a lot of hard work. It's a position where you are being told what to do a lot of times. Why? Because you're a bagger, and that's one of the first positions people go through. I do just want to have your eyes open, but I still think it's a job that's manageable for a lot of people. I don't think it is excruciating work. I don't think that it's something that people can't handle, especially if you're not closing. A lot of times I see baggers who are lingering around and, you know, they're just chilling, they're happy. So yes, in this video I did open your eyes into like some of the stuff that you will see and should expect, but no, I do not want to unmotivate you from applying or unmotivate you from being a bagger. Like, you're okay. You need to speak up for yourself if you ever feel like a situation is unfair, and know your boundaries, know your limits. And that's all I can tell you as a friend, as your sister, as your mom, whatever it is. And with that being said, I'm just gonna go ahead and conclude this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. And let me know if you get that bagger position or that cashier position, any type of position, because it makes me really happy when I hear these things. And if you are a little concerned, also let me know, because I want to help you guys to the best of my ability and make sure you guys are just like well-oriented before you know, get in the company, because I wish I would have been more oriented before I got in. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.